The lush green lawns of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club have always been a theatre where sport and high society perform an elegant, age-old dance. Every summer, the quiet district of SW19 transforms into the epicenter of global attention, drawing thousands of spectators who queue for hours, all for a brief glimpse of baseline drama and courtly perfection. It is a place where tradition is woven into the very fabric of the turf. From the strict rule demanding nearly all-white player attire to the classic bowls of strawberries and cream enjoyed in the stands. Yet, beneath the calm, meticulous exterior of the grounds lies a deep-rooted passion for the game that unites everyday sports enthusiasts with the highest echelons of society. Wimbledon is not just a tournament, it is an annual pilgrimage, a British institution where historical legacy is celebrated in real time and where every singular match has the potential to become legend. Over the decades, the historic courts have witnessed iconic rivalries, unexpected heartbreaks, and the rise of generational talents who transcend the boundaries of the sport to become true cultural icons. Before we dive deeper into the remarkable encounters and hidden connections that defined the 8th day of this year's championship, take a quick moment to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an exclusive update from the world of prestigious events. The magic of the grass courts lies in this unique ability to create unforgettable narratives, bringing together characters from entirely different worlds under the banner of athletic excellence. The electric atmosphere in the air during the second week of the tournament is something truly palpable, as the pressure intensifies and the margin for error shrinks to absolute zero for the remaining competitors. Fans from every corner of the globe gather around the historic outside courts and pack the grandstands of the show courts, waiting for that one defining moment of sportsmanship or celebrity interaction that will capture headlines worldwide. It is an environment where the past constantly speaks to the present, and where the presence of legendary champions reminds everyone of the greatness required to triumph on this sacred grass. This specific summer afternoon would prove to be no exception, offering a perfect blend of high-stakes sporting drama and glamorous off-court reunions that perfectly encapsulate why this tournament remains unrivaled. The crowds moving through the manicured pathways were already buzzing with excitement, sensing that the scheduled matches would deliver the kind of fierce competition that makes or breaks careers. Meanwhile, away from the intense physical battles taking place on the baseline, the exclusive viewing areas were quietly preparing for their own moments of quiet fascination and high society charm. The famous Royal Box, with its dark green wicker chairs and pristine vantage point over centre court, stood ready to welcome a select group of distinguished guests, whose presence always adds an undeniable layer of prestige to the proceedings. It is within these restricted spaces that the true spirit of Wimbledon's social calendar comes alive, showcasing a world where athletic royalty and societal figures share a mutual, lifelong admiration for the game. As the afternoon sun began to cast long shadows across the beautifully manicured grounds, the stage was set for an extraordinary series of events that would soon capture the imagination of the public. The delicate balance between public spectacle and private camaraderie is what gives the fortnight its enduring allure, creating a tapestry of memories that linger long after the final ball has been struck. For decades, the tournament has relied on these overlapping worlds to maintain its position as the pinnacle of the summer social season, a place where memories are minted in gold. On this particular Monday, as the tournament entered its critical second week, the confluence of legendary athletic prowess and family loyalty would showcase the enduring human connections that exist far beyond the baseline. The sheer anticipation of seeing familiar faces back in their traditional seats created a sense of warmth that spread through the historic venue, reminding everyone that the event is as much about community and shared history as it is about trophies. Every spectator in attendance could feel that they were participating in something timeless, a shared cultural moment where every small interaction in the stands could hold as much weight as a brilliant cross-court passing shot. It was against this backdrop of heightened expectation and classic British charm that the day's true narrative began to unfold, quietly connecting an absent patron, her devoted family, and a sporting icon whose name will forever be synonymous with the lawns of London. The unspoken bonds of friendship and mutual respect that have been nurtured over many years were about to take center stage, proving once again that the most captivating stories of the tournament often happen just outside the lines of play. The quiet anticipation grew as the afternoon progressed, with observers noting the arrival of several key figures who have long been considered part of the inner circle of the sport's grandest stage. Their presence served as a visual reminder of the deep personal history that binds certain families to the tournament, creating an atmosphere of elegant continuity that defines the entire experience. As the cameras began to pan across the exclusive seating areas, looking for the defining images of the day, they captured a scene of effortless sophistication that perfectly set the tone for what was to come. The intersection of sports history and contemporary style was visible in every corner, illustrating the unique blend of athleticism and fashion that makes the Summer Championships a visual feast for audiences around the world. With the crowd settled and the initial matches underway, the day began to reveal its true character, bridging the gap between the fierce determination on the courts and the relaxed, sophisticated elegance of the observers watching from above. The eighth day of the championships brought a spectacular wave of courtside glamour as Carol and Pippa Middleton made a rare and highly anticipated joint appearance at the All England Club. The mother and sister of the Princess of Wales arrived at the grounds of SW19 looking effortlessly chic, immediately drawing the attention of fashion enthusiasts and photographers alike. Pippa Middleton served ultimate summer sophistication, wearing a beautiful floral midi dress in a classic polka dot shade, which she effortlessly paired with sleek sunglasses, white statement heels, and a chic straw hat to shield herself from the bright London sunshine. Walking alongside her, Carol Middleton looked equally radiant and elegant in a pristine fit and flare white maxi dress, perfectly complemented by a structured blue blazer, designer slingback heels, and a luxury tan leather handbag. Both women have been documented as lifelong tennis enthusiasts, and their stylish arrival signaled a deep familial devotion to the historic tournament, keeping the Middleton family tradition alive on a day when the Princess of Wales herself was absent due to her official engagements. As they made their way into the exclusive clubhouse areas, their presence added an undeniable layer of classic British style to the unfolding afternoon, showing that their passion for the sport remains as vibrant as ever. The duo eventually took their prime seats in the second row of the prestigious Royal Box, ready to absorb the high-stakes athletic drama that always defines the second week of the tournament. The tension on the outer courts was already building to a fever pitch, highlighted by an absolute thriller of a match where rising British ace Arthur Federer pushed himself to the absolute limit against Bulgaria's seasoned star Grigor Dimitrov. The grueling five-set nail-biter had the entire crowd gasping at every baseline rally, delivering the exact kind of unpredictable sporting drama that makes Wimbledon so uniquely captivating. But while the action on the grass courts kept the stadium thoroughly enthralled, an even more captivating scene was quietly developing within the confines of the Royal Box itself. Seated just ahead of Carroll and Pippa was none other than the legendary 8-time Wimbledon champion Roger Federer. The Swiss tennis superstar, widely regarded as the ultimate gentleman of the sport, was making a highly celebrated return to the venue where he had achieved his historic greatness. The moment Federer realized that Carroll and Pippa were seated directly behind him, the fierce atmosphere of the tournament melted away into a display of pure, genuine warmth. Turning around completely in his seat, the former world #1 engaged in an incredibly animated and cheerful conversation with the Middleton women, proving that their connection extends far beyond casual pleasantries. The trio appeared completely delighted by the reunion, laughing and chatting comfortably as the cameras captured their unmistakable camaraderie. This joyful interaction instantly sent a wave of excitement through social media, as fans worldwide praised Federer's legendary charm and effortless politeness. The group eventually decided to move from their seats and head up toward the famous champion's balcony in the historic clubhouse, a restricted area reserved for the elite figures of tennis history. However, their casual walk and catch-up were delightfully interrupted when Federer politely excused himself to acknowledge the roaring crowds below. Hearing a chorus of passionate fans screaming his name and shouting gratitude, the champion paused to wave warmly at the spectators, showcasing the humility that has defined his global legacy. Witnessing this spontaneous outpouring of public affection, Carroll and Pippa appeared just as enamored by Federer's grace as the fans in the stands, watching with bright beams and admiring smiles. This heartfelt moment, captured in footage posted on Instagram, perfectly illustrated why the Swiss maestro remains the undisputed king of SW19 in the hearts of tennis purists and high society alike. The relationship between the Swiss tennis icon and the Middleton family is not a recent development, but rather a deeply rooted, years-long friendship built on mutual admiration and shared memories. Over the years, Federer and his wife, Mirka, have been closely integrated into the Middletons' private social circle, even attending Pippa's high-profile wedding to James Matthews back in the summer of 2017. Their bond has also been nurtured through numerous private dinners in London, where Roger, Mirka, Carroll and Pippa have often been spotted enjoying relaxed evenings away from the intense spotlight of the public eye. The roots of this unique friendship trace back to Pippa's early days as a contributing editor for Vanity Fair magazine, where she managed to secure a rare and insightful interview with the tennis legend in 2013. During that memorable exchange, Pippa playfully quizzed Roger on his daily routines, uncovering personal details such as his classic breakfast preferences of eggs with toast, cinnamon porridge, topped with fresh berries and roasted nuts, alongside the staggering fact that he hits a few thousand tennis balls every single day. This early professional interaction quickly blossomed into a genuine, lasting family friendship that has endured for over a decade. The depth of this connection was famously highlighted by the Princess of Wales herself during a revealing appearance in a 2017 BBC documentary celebrating the tournament's history. Speaking candidly with host Sue Barker, the then Duchess of Cambridge laughed as she shared a humorous family secret, admitting that the Swiss superstar is quite literally her mother's ultimate heartthrob, jokingly adding that she didn't think Carroll would mind her revealing it, and that Roger himself was likely well aware of his status in their household. This charming anecdote resurfaced in the minds of royal watchers as they witnessed Carroll and Roger chatting so closely in the royal box, adding a layer of delightful context to their elegant interaction. While Catherine's mother and sister were holding down the family's traditional presence in the stands, the Princess of Wales was noticeably absent from the royal box on this specific Monday, having dedicated her day to visiting a children's hospital in London to support vital healthcare initiatives. However, her absence only served to remind the public of her own spectacular headline-making visit to the tournament just a few days prior. In a stunning break from traditional royal protocol, the Princess of Wales had recently ditched the prime, ultra-exclusive seats of the royal box to immerse herself in the raw, electric energy of the outside courts. As a passionate player herself and the dedicated royal patron of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club since 2016, Catherine chose to experience the tournament from a completely different perspective, taking a seat on court number 1 and court 18 to seek out the most exciting grassroots matches of the opening rounds. Sitting side by side with British tennis royalty like Sir Andy Murray and Tim Henman, the princess was seen completely absorbed in the athletic intensity, gasping and putting her hands over her face during a series of incredibly tense, heart-stopping points. Before heading to the courts, Catherine had also taken the time to smile and chat warmly with members of the public who had joined the famous Wimbledon queue in the early hours of the morning, showing her profound appreciation for the dedicated fans who camp overnight in Wimbledon Park just to catch a glimpse of the action. She happily helped hand out grounds passes, posed for candid selfies, and affectionately put her arm around excited attendees, cementing her reputation as an incredibly accessible and down-to-earth royal patron who deeply understands the community spirit that drives the entire tournament. The fascinating narrative of the Middleton family's deep relationship with the world of elite tennis is a testament to how personal passions can gracefully intertwine with public duty and high society traditions. For the Princess of Wales, her role as the royal patron of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club is far more than a ceremonial title inherited from Queen Elizabeth II in 2016. It is the official extension of a lifelong love affair with the sport, a passion that she shares intimately with her mother Carol and her sister Pippa. Since her marriage into the royal family in 2011, Catherine has turned her annual appearances at the Summer Championships into a highly anticipated tradition, missing the tournament only in 2013 during the final weeks of her pregnancy with Prince George. And in 2020, when the global pandemic forced the historic cancellation of the event. Her continuous presence in the stands, whether reacting with unvarnished excitement to a baseline rally or presenting the iconic Venus Rosewater dish to a triumphant champion, has injected a fresh, youthful energy into the age-old traditions of the tournament. This deep-seated family enthusiasm explains why Carol and Pippa's recent reunion with Roger Federer carried such profound meaning for observers of the court, showcasing a rare bridge between the structured world of royal patronage and the authentic, relaxed friendships that exist away from the glare of official royal duties. To fully comprehend the unique dynamic that unfolded in the royal box, one must look at the remarkable life and legacy of the man who commanded such immense respect from the future Queen's immediate family. Roger Federer's journey from a hot-tempered ballboy in Basel, Switzerland, to an international symbol of athletic perfection and courtly grace is one of the most celebrated epics in modern sports history. Born in August 1981, Federer revolutionized the game of tennis with a fluid, seemingly effortless style that contrasted sharply with the brutal, high-intensity power baseline play of his contemporaries. His masterful single-handed backhand, his lightning-quick footwork, and his tactical genius allowed him to dominate the global tour for over 2 decades, accumulating an astonishing 20 Grand Slam singles titles. Yet, it was on the sacred grass courts of southwestern London that his genius found its ultimate spiritual home. Between his first historic victory in 2003 and his final record-breaking 8th gentleman's singles title in 2017, Federer turned centre court into his personal amphitheatre, establishing a legendary dominance that forever linked his name with the history of the All England Club. His unique relationship with the British public and the royal inner circle was built not just on his technical supremacy, but on his unwavering commitment to sportsmanship, elegance, and philanthropy. Through the Roger Federer Foundation, he has dedicated a significant portion of his life and wealth to supporting educational programs for children in southern Africa and Switzerland, demonstrating a profound sense of global responsibility that aligns closely with the charitable values championed by the contemporary royal family. This shared commitment to public good and cultural excellence has solidified his standing as an honorary member of the British establishment, making his comfortable interactions with Carol and Pippa Middleton feel entirely natural. The history of the Middleton family itself offers a compelling backstory to this high society connection, illustrating a journey of entrepreneurial success and steadfast familial solidarity that ultimately reshaped the modern British monarchy. Carol Middleton, born into a modest, working-class family in London, worked diligently as a flight attendant before founding a highly successful party supply business that transformed her family's fortunes and allowed her children to receive an elite education. Alongside her husband Michael, Carol nurtured an environment where competitive sports, outdoor activities, and close-knit family values were paramount. Pippa Middleton, who captured the world's attention during her sister's royal wedding in 2011, graduated with a degree in English literature and quickly established herself as a talented author, columnist, and fitness advocate. Her marriage to James Matthews, a wealthy hedge fund manager and heir to a historic Scottish estate, further cemented her position in the upper echelons of British society, creating a stable, influential family network that supports the Princess of Wales as she navigates the immense pressures of her royal destiny. The enduring friendship between the Middletons and the Federer family, highlighted by Roger and Mirka's attendance at Pippa's wedding, reflects a shared appreciation for privacy, excellence, and the preservation of elegant traditions in an increasingly chaotic modern world. When fans on Instagram and TikTok openly marveled at the effortless charm displayed by the former world #1 as he chatted with Carol and Pippa, they were witnessing the culmination of a decade of mutual respect and quiet camaraderie. The tournament at SW19 has always served as a unique neutral ground where the strict boundaries of social hierarchy can dissolve, if only for a fortnight, allowing sporting legends, global dignitaries, and the public to share an authentic, unfiltered emotional experience. Catherine's deliberate choice to break with tradition by sitting among the public on the outside courts and engaging directly with fans in the queue underscores a modern royal strategy focused on accessibility and genuine community engagement. By stepping away from the gilded isolation of the prime seats, the princess demonstrated a profound understanding that the true heartbeat of the tournament resides in the collective passion of the ordinary fans who sacrifice their time to celebrate the game. This seamless blend of royal glamour, athletic excellence, and down-to-earth human connection is precisely what ensures the enduring relevance of the Summer Championships on the global stage. As the final sets were played and the crowds slowly began to filter out of the historic grounds, the elegant images of Carol and Pippa sharing a laugh with the ultimate gentleman of tennis lingered in the public consciousness as a perfect symbol of the day's events. It was a beautiful reminder that while trophies are won and lost on the court, the lasting human connections, the quiet family loyalties, and the mutual admiration between icons are what truly define the timeless legacy of this great tournament. The story of this summer afternoon in London will ultimately be remembered not just for the thrilling 5-set victories or the display of high fashion, but for the quiet, enduring bonds of friendship that continue to flourish beneath the historic canopy of the royal box, ensuring that the magic of the grass courts remains as vibrant and enchanting as ever for generations to